Hey, my name is Sam Roach, and I am a senior at Walton High School, and I am excited to apply to be a ZAG and to apply to the Gonzaga Honors College. And what I would like to share that I've been working on and I think is really important and useful is my IB extended essay, which is a 4,000 word research paper that I've been working on that I get to kind of express my own interest in my studies, which I thought was super cool. And so I decided to center my essay around electrical vehicles and specifically the economics of electrical vehicles, since there's no real engineering extended essays that I can do. So I thought, oh, economics, I can do that since I would want to minor in economics or business and I really want to understand those markets. So that's where I was headed. And in my research, I decided to look at secondary and primary sources. And in my secondary source research, I went in and I looked at electrical vehicle rebates in California specifically because I feel like they're at the forefront of that research and I feel like they are leaders in that field in California and their government's pretty effective with those rebates and whatnot. So I looked at these rebates and I looked at policies that were implemented around these rebates and I figured out that there was a demand spike in rebates in 2017, mid 2017, and they had implemented a policy for battery electrical vehicles and plug-in hybrids and hydrogen fuel cell in late 2016. So I was, oh, sweet, I'll go check that out. And I figured out they had that spike, of course, and then I was like, I wonder why this is. I think it's because of these EV rebates, but I don't know. So I'm going to consult some professionals in the field. So I went and I talked to some of the business leaders that I personally know, and I got the contacts of two awesome business leaders. Mark Polite of Maine Subaru. He sells Subarus and other vehicles, and he works with plug-in hybrids for Subaru and for Chevy, and he owns the dealership in Maine, and he has lots of information about these policies since Maine kind of follows California's guidelines for EVs and EV rebates. And then the other professional I talked to was Cynthia Maves, who is the Director of Business Development at Lordstown Motors, an electric pickup startup, which I thought was super cool. But first, I'll talk about Mark. Mark told me that he actually felt that the demand of the EV market was driven by the availability of EVs, since more EVs are kind of coming out, and you have EVs like Toyota's EVs and Tesla, and there's more coming out. And his experience is that when people come in and they're like, I want a Crosstrek, it's really hard for him to get these Crosstreks available, even though he's the supplier. So he was trying to get even 3 recently, and he couldn't get them. And so he's like, yeah, people are always ordering them, but we don't have the supply, so it takes forever for them to get in. That's what he believed. And with Cynthia, Cynthia believes that the EV market is driven by these EV rebates because EV rebates are accessible to all consumers, including governments, nonprofits, and hospitals, which with tax incentives, that doesn't really work because governments, hospitals, nonprofits don't pay taxes. So when everyone in California can take advantage of these EV rebates, everyone benefits sort of. And I thought that was pretty interesting. And so what I'm going to do in my essay is I'm going to look at both of their viewpoints sort of and contrast what they both have to say and kind of say what I sort of believe and state my takeaways from doing this primary and secondary research in these fields. And what's super cool to me about Cynthia's research in particular was that, or her job, was that she's kind of working in the EV startup market, and that's something maybe I want to do. So I got to kind of ask her about, oh, what's trending, what's going to happen with the market, and she kind of had to say that there's a lot of room for growth in things other than sedans, so like electric pickup trucks and airport vehicles, and she's doing lots to eliminate carbon emissions. And I believe that I could get the right education and I could be supported in the right ways and do my own research at Gonzaga, and I would be super thrilled to be a ZAG and contribute to their campus.